cat just loves us so much. It's not because we bribe her with treats at all. To get her up here. That she comes up here. Not at all. No, she just really, really loves us. That's all there is to it. I mean, what else could there be? She's not distracted by things at all. Oh, you are so focused on the screen. No, Kitty, it's you. Right there. You have a fun time looking at yourself? You're just staring right at yourself. I'm fine. No, we don't care about that. Fine. Hi. How long are you gonna join us for? I swear every time I feed you treats, you spend more and more time with us. Yeah? You being a crazy kid? At this rate, you're gonna fall asleep right there. Then you're just gonna like plop backwards and fall off. I could see you doing that. Yeah. Yeah. So crazy of a kitty you are. So well, we gotta swap to this so everyone can see the leaderboard. That's where we stand after 6 games. just realized I was muted that whole time, but the cat was chasing the mouse on my other screen, uh, trying to catch it, and I thought it was hilarious and adorable. We are so close to the start for day number 2, and right now we have the cat joining us. You guys say hi. Yeah, that's fine too. Yeah, you don't talk a lot. But should be fun, should be entertaining as things get underway here. How do we think things are gonna turn out? Is Luminosity gonna have a better day today than they did yesterday? Get themselves clear of the relegation zone? Uh, or will we see a team that we don't expect there go down there? Just like last series, we saw Toyo end up down in the relegation zone. Are we going to see something with Luminosity having a similar fate? Or are things going to turn around? They're going to pop off today. Time's gonna tell us as the plane is flying overhead. Slowly, we have. Oh, well, we have the cat leaving. Started talking and she just did not care anymore. She was like, yep, that's enough of that for me. But no hot drops to start the day today. Maybe we'll make it through the beginning relatively unscathed. We do have 2 teams, though, it looks like, starting with only 3 players or less. Not Fairy Tale this time. Fairy Tale has all 4 players. It looks like in Czech, maybe one of the teams with a 3-man going. Kickstart. Making his way over to the bang bus real quick. Making sure to secure a vehicle to rotate in. H-Win on the back of the motorcycle with Shrimsy. But it looks like we're going over towards Monty and El Pozo. So we're going to have to see how this is going to play out. Zone that people should be pretty A-okay with. They should have some understanding of it. It shouldn't be anything too surreal or out of place for them to be dealing with. Go on here, though. We look on here. So Fairy Tale, another team, not doing great. They only have 9 points after the first 6 matches yesterday, so they're going to need a huge turnaround to be able to stay in Division 1 after today. But it's a turnaround that we've seen Fairy Tale be able to pull off. Not necessarily with this exact group of players, but BL, he's up on the roof. He's looking around. He spots out Ackerman, and he gets the knock to start us off. And now Griffith from range is going to give some covering fire. So BL, he's going to have to kind of get hunkered up as the rest of Rock is making their way over. They're going to have to try and deal with this as a group, and it's going to be a straight-up 3v3 inside the compound, with Solds pulling up next to it to give some covering fire. Similar for Fairy Tale, you have Griffith. Shots coming out from Santastico. Hits a couple of bullets on both players, and BL finds Zavod and takes a headshot from Conf with that M16. So now the nade comes out, bounces off the side, but not able to find anything onto BL, so another nade being prepped, and oh, he was ready for it. Conf only doing damage to himself. So now Fairy Tale in a very tough situation. They have one player stuck in this compound, and Griffith well and far away. Ackerman probably not going to be able to get saved here unless Griffith can pull off some heroics. Conf, he has a shotgun and an M16, and surprisingly, he's holding the M16 in his hand right now. He really should swap that over to a shotgun. Ackerman is going to start to get rezzed by Griffith. This could be a chance for Fairy Tale to get back on their feet, but down goes Griffith, and out comes the shotgun. He finds one, goes for the shots on RBN, but no. Does a little jump, and RBN just taps his head, and down he goes. Rock gonna get back up to a 4-man. They only take one knock that entire time, and they'll be good to go for the rest of this match. Haven, meanwhile, is trying to find Tiny. He's got a Panzer in his hand. He knows that Tiny is around here somewhere. He just isn't sure exactly where. Oh, they spot Karak up the hillside, and Karak just hits a double headshot onto Smirzera to get the knock really quick. Haven tries to go for a repeat, get a little bit of damage. Isn't able to find anything, but if Tiny has... Oh, he finds a knock onto Pose. If he has a nade, he should be able to find Haven as well, but Haven tries to push, and he does with the Panzer, and the M4 able to confirm the knock, gets the flush, and Karak is sending it down the hillside. Maybe not as aggressively as before. Zakraken trying to pull up above Psycho, but Psycho spots him out. Now he's going for the shots. Zakraken pulling up on the side of the hill. Oh, the fact that he has a bus is the only reason he's alive right now. Psycho not able to find an angle onto him as Haven finds Sam Crow. And Psycho gonna be in a difficult position for 55. M16, no, MK, sorry. MK does a lot in the nade from Haven, able to take down 55. And there we go. 2 teams eliminated already in game number 7. Falcons, they're pulling up on the southeastern side of the zone, but not a lot of things happening to the hard west side of this zone yet. Potentially dangerous, rotating next to in check. But if you guys haven't seen the leaderboard or haven't gotten a look at it, we do have Rock with 68 points in first place. Toyo is in second with 48. Furia and Alcadzia tied for third with 47 points. 55 Esports is in 5th with 42. Team Liquid in 6th with 41. Falcons are in 7th with 40. And then you have Bestia rounding out your top 8 with 39 points. So, I mean, really, even down to Empire, so I'd say 10th place, you're looking pretty fine. They're at 35 points, and anything above 40 is usually what we're aiming for to avoid relegation. So pretty much 10th place and up is looking relatively secure, and all the points have kind of been spread out among them all, with Rock just really taking command. 20-point lead so far. And then you go down and you have overpowered 4-0 Luminosity, In Check, Fairy Tale, and Amigos, who are kind of fighting for the scraps right now, and are going to have to try and find a couple of good games here and there to try and make their way up and really stay out of relegation. Luminosity definitely probably one of the teams that we're going to try and pay attention to how they're doing throughout these games, because that's not a team you expect to be fighting for relegation, to stay out of relegation. As now we see shots coming out from Empire towards Tigleton. He's going to hop in the vehicle and try and go somewhere else. Make sure that his vehicle tires don't get popped, as Falcon's just slowly scouting more and more space in the zone, seeing what they can find, because really Phase 1 is about trying to claim as much real estate as possible, so you can figure out what you kind of want to try and fully take in Phase 2. And then Phase 3 is all about just confirming it. Zakraken goes down to Pippa, and Frost able to get the flush. Phase 2 is all about just confirming your positioning, with Phase 3 making sure you can consolidate and really keep whatever positioning you have. DJ, we're game 1 right now. First Miramar of the night. 2 teams already down. Falcons are still perfectly alive. And they haven't run into any problems yet. We'll have to see with this zone shift what is going to happen to them. But we have started to see some players go down. Overpowered and Furia just traded one on each. Furia did take down 55, and then Rock took down Fairy Tale to start off our games. So Rock, they have a 20-point lead in the standings, and they're just going to go further with this. And we're going to center up around Power Grid. So Amigos are going to have a very, very strong split right now. They have 2 in Power Grid. They have 1 on the Shacks, and it looks like Lopez is over on the Rocks. We'll have to see. No, he is going to stay on the Rocks. So they have a 2-1-1 split. And if they can control all of that, that's going to be very, very good for them. But how are you doing so far, DJ? As Falcons, they're getting harassed a little bit from down below. They're going to have to hop into cars, make sure that the tires aren't popped, and try and rotate. They're barely in on the very, very edge of the zone. Toyo is down below them. Earlier, Liquid was to their west. So they may still have to worry about them later on. It looks like Falcons may end up going for a 2-2 car ride. The question is, where do they want to try and send it? Toyo, obviously, been fully scouted out right there in front of them, so you would imagine that Falcons are going to, yes, they're going to rotate around. They know where not to go. The question is, they had the hillside, so they should be able to have plenty of information. Kickstart sending it all the way forward in his vehicle, and they get pretty deep into the zone, honestly, and it's a decent position, one that you can hold pretty well. You just have to be worried about some of the teams above you on the hillside, but it could become a very strong compound if it shifts hard south with the next zone. If it goes hard north, they should be able to at least take care of a couple of, well, teams if they rotate through, and then just kind of ward off anyone. As in Czech, fighting up against 4-0. That's always a positive, DJ. We love it when people are still breathing. It's not quite as good when people are not breathing. I would know. I just, like, sit here and I forget to breathe sometimes. Oh, G0, definitely go the other way. Your tire gets popped. Posa giving some covering fire. Overpowered and Furia just have not left each other alone and continue to harass each other. As Haven, it looks like he's trying to prep a nade to go over towards Bestia. He's in a position where he wants to try and take the fight to them, but Overpowered has just been peeking over, and G0 wasn't able to get over here, so Haven is just alone in this fight currently. And if he fights it for too long, Alcadzia is going to have a position on the hill behind him to look down. But it looks like Haven going to hop in the vehicle. He wasn't able to confirm any kills or anything, and oh no, he drove straight into the tree, and that's going to be the death of him as Draft King hits the headshots, takes him down. One little mistake like that is just instant death in this lobby. And oh my goodness, I said that if Falcons had that compound and it pulled hard south with that zone, they were going to be in a really, really good spot. And that is exactly what happened. It pulled straight south, and Falcons are going to be dead center almost. That's crazy. I was not expecting, like, I wasn't expecting it to happen. I thought for sure, like, oh, there's the possibility that it happened, so I'll just spew it. But lo and behold, there it goes. Toyo, they're going to take the previous spot of the other two-man from Falcons after they just decided to rotate back together. In Czech, they're rotating all around Gabru. Potentially dangerous. They're sitting at 37 points right now. They're not really in a difficult spot. but they're not really safe currently. As Xiao Yu, the last one to be rotating by, and Gabru trying to get the shots onto him, but just barely isn't able to connect with the final few shots that he needs, and in check going to be able to just continue their rotate scotch-free. Gabru, it looks like he's probably going to just take his time. Rello getting his teammate, picking him up in the truck, and now they're going to go forward. And it might be... No, they're going to stop probably at this shack in a couple of these dips. If they went any further, they'd be in the sight lines of Bestia. Mine barely surviving over there. You can barely see his health bar flashing back and forth. Kadzia. They are going to have to deal with Lopez, but Lopez, he's going to have to be careful, because if he tries to take too many shots over here and keeps on peeking this, he's going to have multiple different people from El Kadzia looking his way. Team Liquid might be able to give him some covering fire, as they'll have an angle onto El Kadzia, who have probably the most center position, but not necessarily the best. I think that would... Central and hard cover, I would give to Falcons over El Kadzia. Bestia just kind of shoving themselves up against the rock. Amigo's going to be able to just take over the rock. Do some damage afterwards. Oh, DIY, he's taking shots from Lopez, who's just trying to get it right beside the folded shield. Maybe hit a couple of toes, and that's exactly what he did, to do a little bit of damage. But the next zone shift going to be coming here, and where is it going to go? And Team Liquid, they are going to love that shift. But, I mean, there's some teams with clearly better spots than other ones. Obviously, Team Liquid, they have a 2-2 split going right now. How long do they hold that for, or do they try and commit to one of them? We'll have to see. Bestia maybe seeing El Kadzia leaving, so they're going to try and rotate back behind them. Luke 12 takes down Vinny from the vehicle, and Bestia, they're just sending it down here, but where are they going? They're going right into the middle towards this truck, and they have the spot, but Falcons, they've made their way over here to try and do something about it. DraftKings able to get the knock on Trimsy as Emmy got the knock onto Kickstart. So Falcons, they're going to lose two trying to confirm some of these kills onto Bestia. DraftKings still being alive should be able to actually do something about rezzing his teammates here as he gets the flush onto Kickstart with that nade. And Falcons, they flexed out, they tried to get the kills, and in the end they ended up paying for it. And now they're going to be playing this one as a two-man. Nade goes out towards Vox. Is it good enough? He tries to move the MP5 from Shimboy. Able to take him down, and now more nades going out as Team Liquid. It looks like they have consolidated as Empire and Luminosity have both converged onto this compound. Yeah. We'll have to see what happens, DJ. We'll have to see if the shot calling is going to be on point and out of this world, as Luminosity Empire, they're going to stall out a little bit here. Overpowered ends up pulling up into the warehouse, so now we have three teams all in this compound. Yeah, I'm sure Falcons losing two is not what you wanted to see there, though. I mean, I don't think they had the wrong idea going for the kills. Snakers gets the knock onto Shinboy. Now we'll have to see how Empire can recover from that. The nade goes out, does a little bit of damage to Shinboy. Not really too much else. And here comes Luminosity. They go for the shots. Balecross finds one. Michael finds another. But the trade's going back and forth. Michael finds the last one. And now he has to get in here. He has to try and get Shinboy. Oh, just barely isn't able to. And he's going to have to hurry up and try and get the res before Overpowered. No, Overpowered. They're getting shot from the hillside, so they're not going to be able to do anything about this. And Empire should be able to get back up as a three-man. That was just Trade City and Empire able to win it because they had a player more. Yeah. I mean, it was difficult. Like, Toyo ended up getting a knock onto one of the members of Falcons. If they hadn't got the knock onto Kickstart, then Shrimsy probably doesn't go down, or maybe he does go down to DraftKings, but can get rezzed by Kickstart afterwards. So Toyo really played a hand in preventing Falcons from being able to get those kills and even that position in the zone. Which could be good because Toyo is out of the zone now and they might want to take Bestia's spot. And if they think Bestia is in a vulnerable position or vulnerable enough spot, then they'll be able to crash that as a 4-man, have the man advantage, and take that spot. So Toyo kind of did what they needed to, as much as it kind of sucks for Sonics. And check, where are you going? Oh, we hop over to Rock versus Sonics. RBN gets the knock onto Tiggleton with the Molly, and now the blue zone coming out towards RBN. He's gonna get knocked. Santasco, he goes down to... after he got taken down by Tiggleton. So now H-Win taking shots, and that nade is actually gonna end up finding him after some shots come through. H-Win only has one player left to deal with in Solds. It's gonna be a 1v1 for this, not even edge of zone, it's just outside of the zone. It's going to be the right to rotate forward. And Solds, he's going to prep a smoke. He's going to push forward. He's going to throw some smokes. And H-Win going around the corner, and he does find Solds. So Rock goes down. And Falcons pick up some kills. I feel like Punich couldn't tell if that was a real person or not as... oh, Balecross goes down. Punich does find Zera. Empire. They get more kills, but it costs them most of their team. Benya on the other side of the smoke. DraftKings trying to find him. Does find him. Gets the knock, but he goes down just afterwards. Is Benya going to be able to get saved here? Capitan, I don't think he's really in a spot to be able to get him, but just maybe. He did have a blue zone pack, so he might be able to get in there. H-Win trying to find the shots onto Capitan, as he's just chilling on the hillside behind his truck. Capitan, the last one left for Toyo. Amigos, they had the hillside early, and they just bullied pretty much everyone off of it. And they're still able to stick on the hillside and should be able to just spray down from above. It's just going to be a question of when they have to come down from there. How is it going to turn out? Is there going to be enough eyes around to just cause problems? It looks like Team Liquid, they only have one kill so far, but they're getting ready to bombard Capitan. Do the nades end up landing? They do a little bit of damage. 54 so far, and there is the follow-up. Sparking gets the nade and the finish onto Capitan. Alcadzia spotted next, and they've survived as a 4-man on that shack. When they first made it to the shack, I think they had 3 players knocked. H-Win was still alive, but overpowered. Gonna find the finishing bullet. Zer gets the kill onto H-Win. 5 teams remain. Liquid, they had a mortar earlier. If they used it towards Alcadzia, they might be able to pick up a couple of kills pretty quick. I don't know how dialed in it is. It looks like one of the members of Alcadzia didn't have a helmet to work with. His vest almost gone, so that's going to be a difficult situation. Rello gets the knock onto Ziggy up the hillside. But Team Liquid, they're going to be making their way over here to try and put pressure onto Alcadzia. Luke 12 and Purdy, the front runners for that. The nades going out. They find some damage on Cowboy, but nothing else so far. Rock next to Roth doing a lot. That nade does even more. Oh, there's not enough room inside the shack. As Luke 12 ends up getting a knock onto Cowboy. Roth trying to flex back out. They had to go into the shack because it was the only safe spot for them. Now more nades going out. Roth, his position going to be known. It looks like Cowboy, he's going to get back up on his feet. Alcadzia just refusing to let one of their players go down. Vehicle blows up randomly. H-Win is very much dead and gone from that position, but I guess people still wanted to blow his vehicle up. And now we just see it in all its burning glory going across the entire zone. Luke 12 getting a knock onto Cowboy again. Ponage is spotted. I think he's in a position where he actually has to move to be able to get into this next zone. Looks like Liquid are eyeing more towards the position of overpowered now instead of Alcadzia now that it's no longer in the zone. Punage takes so much damage. Amigos getting some shots into it as well. Punage, just stay right up against that fence. Yes. Don't try and go inside the building. Trust me, it is not going to be to your benefit to do that. Alright, Amigos. They still have positioning up here on this hillside. The zone still nice enough to favor them a little bit. And Team Liquid, they're not in the zone yet, and they need a spot to go into the zone. They have some emergency cover going down, and Overpowered is going to be the team that they're going to have to push into. Lopez spotted out just barely. Alcadzia gonna have to make a move, and they go for the shots. Luke 12 goes down instantly. Sparking almost follows. Rello accidentally gets the headshot onto DIY, and that's a team knock. I don't know if they actually have enough time for this res. Doing the res may just end up killing them both. As DIY goes down to the blue zone, Vapeskir finds Rello. Halo finds Cowboy. And now there's only one player left standing. What can Roth do? Team Liquid, they gotta hop in their vehicles and start going forward. And they're gonna go forward right in front of Alcadzia now that they know they're almost done for. Roth goes down to his own nade. 4 teams remain. Amigos, Team Liquid, Overpowered, and Empire. Overpowered, they ended up with a win yesterday. As a 2-man, surrounded by a bunch of teams that were 4-man. And they just ended up capitalizing right at the end and winning out the game against Rock on our second Erangel. Okay, the zone kind of just centers up on the road, and there is not a single person inside the zone currently. Punage finally found out by Frost. Yeah, not a single team inside the zone. Team Liquid, I don't know if their emergency cover went far enough forward. Ziggy trying to send it down. Vapeskir spotted out. He goes down. Now Ziggy, the biggest problem, that nade right on Luke 12, but he's able to dodge out of the way as it was not cooked for long enough. Now the nade going out towards Ziggy. Only finds 18 damage. It is a straight-up 3-way fight. Zer trying to put pressure onto Team Liquid. As, oh my god, Team Liquid put that into the bus. That went into the window and landed inside the bus. Lopez is making his way over here now. Sparking is spotted out by Ziggy. And the rest of Amigos are going to be coming over here. Team Liquid is going to end up sandwiched between Overpowered and Amigos. Will they be able to hit the shots to take care of him? No! Lopez absolutely whiffs all his shots there, and that could be the changing point. Purdy finds an opening knock onto Zer, and now we see Team Liquid just pushing forward towards Overpowered. Frost does find Purdy. Alo almost finds Frost, though. Pippa able to get Alo. Sparking finds 2 on Amigos. He finds a 3rd. And Amigos, they're down to 1 player. And it's all because of Sparking. Frost going to be getting the res on to Zur, and it's the Molotov from Sparking. He single-handedly wipes out Amigos. And now it's going to be Luke 12 and Sparking up against overpowered 3v2. Zur, he's going to have to get the heal off to get back into this fight. Luke 12, I think he was spotted out by Frost. He's going to pop up that folded shield as quickly as possible. Try and cause as many problems as Pippa. He still has 2 nades! Oh my god, so doesn't Zur. They have nades. They're throwing them forward. They're too far to the left. They need to throw it a little bit more to the right. Luke 12 is going to be in a spot to peek around this smoke in a second. Molotov from Sparking doesn't find a lot of damage. Just going for a couple of shots at a time. And that's a headshot onto Frost to get an opening knock, and it's back down into a 2v2. Is Zur going to go for the res? Pippa goes down to Sparking, and Sparking is a one-man machine currently. He's taking down 1 team, and Luke 12 looking to finish off Zur and not have to let Sparking do everything, but there we go. Team Liquid, 10 kills in the chicken dinner to take home game number 7, the first game of day number 2. It was pandemonium. Team Liquid was stuck there for a second, but Sparking just pulls it off and annihilates Amigos to be able to hold that position and go on to win the match. But we're going to go to a quick break now that the first match is over, and we'll be right back for match number 8. Chakrin, it should update in just a second, but Rock is on top. Here we go. Yeah, so Rock on top, 76 points. Liquid, though, good match there. Brings them to 61 points. Alcadzia and Furia still tied with 52 points apiece. And then Toyo with 50, Empire 46, Falcons 45, tied with Bestia in 8th place. Sorry, I timed my ad break wrong. Here, let me do this. There you go. That's the leaderboard right now, Chakrin. Just in case you didn't see the other one. Team Falcons are down here, 7th place. Tied with Bestia, 45 points. Rock in first with 76. Liquid in second with 61. Yeah, this is after... so we have 5 more matches today. That was match number 7. We'll have match number 8. That'll be our last Miramar. And then we'll have 4 more matches, so 12 matches total. Click, I have no control over the observer. No control over the observer. This is all run by the Smirzera. I'm messing with you. Smirzera. K-Mind? I don't know. Probably out of retirement for the 12th time somewhere. Click. Can't show you Tiggleton because I have no control over the observer. Oh my god. You're always like this. You're like a needy little child. It's all you are, Click. You're a needy little child. Oh my goodness. But how is your day going, Chakrin and Click? I haven't asked yet. No, Luke 12 isn't knocked yet. In fact, he got the final kill in the last match. So yeah, not knocked. I don't know if he got knocked the entire match actually. Yeah, it was entirely because of sparking that Luke 12 got the last kill, though. They were stuck, Team Liquid was stuck between 2 different teams, and Sparking killed one team by himself, got the opening knock onto the other, got the second, and then Luke 12 just killed the other one from the side. But I am doing pretty darn good, Chakrin. It's always fun to be able to cast these lobbies, especially when there's so many great players. Like in this lobby. Oh, Sparking with the M16, able to take down Frost. Should be able to get the flush here in a second. But that is some long-range shots with an Iron Sights M16. Grandpa Curtis. Oh, goodness. Oh, Shinboy in a tough position, and Vox is going to pick up an early kill on that. Luminosity definitely in a situation where they need the points. They're in 12th place right now. They are only 1 point outside of being relegated. You haven't seen... And then they have Michael. That's the Empire team. You haven't seen that, Click? Where have you been? I've been showing that off for like the past 2 weeks. 3 weeks? Gosh, you're behind the times right now, Click. But El Qadzia, they have plenty of area to work with currently. It looks like they have pretty much everyone all separated out. I mean, they don't have to worry about anyone right now. 2-3 minutes into the game, there's not very many teams that have actually started rotating yet. Falcons and Team Liquid being some of the only ones. Falcons going to have a very comfortable spot because they've been landing in Pala. So they're going to have some of the best prime position that you could ask for inside of this zone. Overpowered, it looks like they're playing for the small possibility that it might go over to Los Leones and down to the south, and they might be able to hold a couple of teams out as they rotate into the city. 4-0. They're in a tough spot as well. I just realized, so in Czech, 4-0, both at 18 points, and 13th and 14th place. Amigos in 15th with 16 points, and then Fairy Tale in last place with 9 points. And those are the 4 teams that need to get it together to get outside of relegation. And the team that they have to perform better than currently is Luminosity. No big deal, right? Just gotta be better than Luminosity to make sure that you don't get relegated, as Pippa has gone down to Alo, so you have Zur and Silzen. Zur is just alone right here. He accidentally throws an 8 up and over the top there. Alo gets the knock onto him, and Silzen gonna be the last one left for Overpowered. Who, I mean, they've played decent. They have 37 points after 7 games. They're in 10th place, and they have a win. They have they've gotten way more placement points than they have kills. And that's always a good start to success. If you can consistently get placement points and start to get some kills here and there, then you're gonna do decent. You just have to start turning those placement points into also high kill games if you really want to be top of the top. And Overpowered, they have half of it. They have the placement points, so now they just need a couple of high kill games to go alongside them, and they'll be right towards the top of the leaderboard. Justin, my girlfriend, is absolutely stoked for it. She loves Jurassic Park. Yeah, Chakran. So, in my opinion, and this is not a professional opinion by any imagination, having a 2-1-1 split in Phase 1 I think is fine, just so long you make sure to play your life and not the kills. Having a 2-2 split in Phase 2 is good, and you can keep it in Phase 3. You just have to be prepared to either ditch one of the compounds, or drive to one of them if you want to keep them. And then I feel like once it hits Phase 4, you really have to commit to one compound. That's my opinion on, like, the basic way to play it. But obviously, these players have a lot more experience, and they know a little bit more about the timings and everything. The point of a split is to try and control as much area as possible. So, like Falcons, they have a 2-2 here right now. It pretty much guarantees that if it's a hard southern shift, that they're going to be able to get as much space as possible, and they're going to be able to have a safe rotate into the next zone. Because if they don't have that 2-2 split and it goes hard south, then all of a sudden, if they're all to the north, then they're not going to really be able to do anything. And they're gonna have to fight their way into zone, and then they won't get, like, any placement points whatsoever, or anything. So, that's kind of the point of a split, is to try and control space. And that's why I say splits, in my opinion, are only good till Phase 4, because at that point, there's really only enough teams, for each team to have, like, one spot. And if you try and hold 2, then you could have a whole 4-man pushing onto one of your 2-mans. And that's just not enough time to react with how many other teams probably have sight lines if you try and rotate onto it. So... Oh, Justin, that just makes me excited for it, too. Because I already know I'm going to have to go watch it with my girlfriend. So the fact that I'm going to get to watch it, and it's going to be super gory and fun to watch because it's super gory, that's just making me happy about it. You've got me excited for it now, Justin. In check, they're pulling up on the side of the hill. GLU. Kind of crashing right into the side of Earn Zero there. We have a minute until the next zone shift, so we'll have to see where it's going to go, which teams are going to benefit the most. Show Falcons Gunner. Gunner isn't even in here right now. Click. It is Tiggleton. Look, you finally got the Tiggleton you wanted. And now we get to see Mime pulling up next to Posa. Oh, Posa's out of here. He's trying to hit the accelerator on his truck right now. Oh, Bestia, they're not going to want to let this happen. And they are getting so many shots. But Mime, he's going to be the one to go down instead as Posa just turns this on him. And now DraftKings does finally get Posa. Does some damage to him, but Kickstart steals the kill away, and Rello picks up Mime. So Bestia and Furia doing some damage to each other there, but they don't even get a point out of it. Click, they know what you want, and they just want to mess with you at this point, I think. That's their entire objective. Okay, so Falcons, they had the 2-2 split. Obviously, it went way further down south, so we already saw them abandon the northern compound and start to get closer together. 55. They didn't do too bad yesterday. They're at 42 points currently. Fairy Tail, they're going down to Luminosity right now, and this is the exact team that you don't want to be going down to if you're one of the bottom 4 teams. Because it's the team you have to try and chase. Oh, Ackerman, he goes down to Snakers. Does some good damage in return. But I don't think Conf is going to be in a situation where he can go and try and help him. Nade's going to be lobbed on forward. So, Conf, he's waiting right there on the edge. He does get the knock onto Gat's going to be trying to go for the flush. Does get it. So he picks up at least 1. And that's not what you want if you're Luminosity. They tried to use the offensive smokes. Conf goes forward. He finds a second. No, it was Snakers with the shots into the back of Conf to end up getting the knock. And now they're going to have to flush Conf as soon as possible so he doesn't give away any more info. And 55, they're pulling up onto this. Zavadku is just going to put Ackerman into the vehicle and start driving away before he goes for the res. Honestly, a great play there in case 55 ended up spotting them over the hillside. Luminosity, they're going to have 55 to deal with now. Sam Crow topping up on the vehicle, and he's just going to go over the fence that way. Kind of crazy. Tiny was ready to push forward. Vox from long range. Gonna get some covering fire for his teammates. .55. Right now they're fighting a 3v2. Empire up on the hillside. Punij takes a shot and just has to back off. Luckily, it wasn't a headshot. Looked like he had a 3 vest on as well. Luminosity, they fall out of this and go into the other part of the compound. Told Punij, he's taking more shots. Psycho is absolutely just a psycho. Empire, what's going on? How you doing today? Nades go out. They don't find anything. Snakers and Bizzler. Hard couple of players to try and dislodge, but those nades, they're doing good damage now. Can they find any more? Tired and ready for bed. Alright, let me give you a quick update on Empire then. They're in 6th place with 46 points after match number 7. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to tell you that I'm not in control. Click. Bizzler goes for the shots, finds one on Tiny, but Psycho, he finds Snakers. And then Psycho able to just push forward, and he gets Bizzler as well, so that's 2 players down for Luminosity. Vox gonna be the last one left. He has to push. Well, the other player is still knocked. He does spot out Psycho there. Goes for the nade. Does go forward. Doesn't find enough, though. The vehicle gonna blow up. But it shouldn't be a problem for 55. 6th and 2nd. 6th place has 46 points. 2nd place has 61. And that's Team Liquid. So, 15. Right? Yeah. 15 points. Yeah, Empire lost 1 early to Luminosity. Vox ended up just getting him before he was able to, pick up a gun when he strolled into a compound on a bike. And he ended up doing a front wheel, flip. So, Draft King gets the, gas can explosion there onto Smirzera. Yeah, I think he died early enough that he might have just gone out into TDMs or something. Or his, like, Empire might have, like, crashed or something. If for any reason his PUBG or anything crashed, it would take his name off of there, is pretty much what happened, I'm assuming. There's a lot of possibilities. Oh, Glock. Tavon, prep the nade too. You should have. It would have been so good, Tavon, if you had that nade prepped. You could have double naded that with Glock. You still can. Go for the double nade, stack the nades, get the knocks onto Team Liquid here. But they don't. Now, no. Glock and Gabru? Are they going to go for the double nade? They do a little bit of damage. It looks like one of the nades doesn't quite find the mark, so Purdy just takes a little bit of damage. I'm glad that everyone is sharing their love for Empire. As the zone pops, it just kind of donuts. Falcon's going to be in a decent spot there. Rock, they have like a 3-1 split going. So I don't know if they're going to be able to kind of all group back together, or it looks like they were kind of in the field, so there might be very limited cover for them. As Team Liquid up to a 3-man on the rocks now to fight up against the 3-man of potentially dangerous. Gabru gonna get ready with the nade to roll it forward. Luke 12 finds one. Purdy finds the other. Purdy finds a second. And now there is only 1 player left for potentially dangerous. Is it just me, or does, like, the AUG sound different now? Slabby, he finds a headshot onto Alo. Can he find any more? Goes for the shots, but no. Luke 12 able to shut him down. is potentially dangerous, go down in 15th, 4-0. They were trying to sneak out here, see if they could get an angle to get any shots or flushes onto any of these players, but not able to. The fight completely taking place on top of the rock, outside of the sightlines of everyone. Empire, they're gonna have to try and make their rotate forward now, though. As Roth for Alcadzia, is he the only one left? Or is the rest of the team just for... Oh, they're just in a completely different compound. And neither group is inside this next zone, so both of them are going to have to try and work towards the next zone. Vinny, not in a great spot for Bestia. The other two much farther forward. Alcadzia, they're making their way forward, getting some support from Falcons, taking some shots at 55 when they peeked over a little bit too far. And Alcadzia do get all 4 players back together. So the info they gained, I don't know if it was worth it to have Roth completely on his own. But if they gained good info off of it, I'd say it worked out just fine, because they're still up as a 4-man. And now Alcadzia, they're pushing forward towards Empire. The nade goes forward. Balefrost goes down. Another nade to follow it up. Does a little bit of damage. Not able to get any sort of flush or anything. Punage is spotted out. And now Roth getting shot at by Falcons. And there we go. H-Win with the Om. Able to get the knock onto Roth. Flushes coming out. Roth is still alive outside of the viewpoint of the other players now. Looks like Team Liquid, they've set their sights on to 4-0 now. 7 kills so far in this one. HVIT finds a knock onto Luke 12. Sparking finds the trade onto Moo. Now he's going to open the door, cause some distraction. Alo tries to jump into a window of his own. Michael in the kill feed finds a double with the nade as Alo finds another on to 4-0. Andrew gonna be pushing forward. He has the nade, throws it forward. Alo gets some damage, spots out the last player. 4-0. And Andrew just outside. He's gonna go down to Alo. And it's Flavin, the last one left. Toyo looking to be part of this fight. Luke 12 going to be getting rezzed. Emmy gets the Panzer kill onto Flavin. 4-0. Eliminated. Purdy up above, going for the shots, and he whiffs so many onto Benya. The whiffs have been so real so far today. Purdy still just barely alive, sparking with the double headshot. This man has not been one of the players that has been whiffing. He has been single-handedly annihilating team so far today. Oh, shots go out towards Benya now, and that's more Sparking trying to find anything he can. Alo spraying through the smoke, ends up getting the knock onto his teammate. Alo just can't find the last player. Luke 12 taking so much damage there. Alo trying to find this last player. Emmy is just toying with the players from Team Liquid as he dodges around, not getting found out. When is he going to peek this doorway? He spots Alo, but Alo able to shut him down. Toyo eliminated. And Empire did end up getting eliminated by Alcadzia, who are up as a 2-man. Now we see Amigos going down to the blue zone. Oh, DJ. I think that's hilarious. Oh my god, that Molotov absolutely perfect onto Roth. Surely he goes down. Tiny finds the bullet. Silzen with a triple Panzer. Oh my god, the fact that we didn't get to witness that. I'm just... Oh. I'm so sad about that. That would have been so good. Silzen does get the stun, gets the knock onto Purdy. Now Sparking gonna be the next one, and oh, Panzer did so much, but Sparking, he's been a beast, but Silzen just better. 5 kills so far for Silzen. Cowboy gets taken down by Psycho, another player that has been absolutely phenomenal so far in these 2 days. Dude, I'm so sad. I'm so sad, DJ. Who doesn't want... I mean, first off, who doesn't want to see Panzer kills? In a triple Panzer kill? I want to see that so bad. Tiny barely survives as Falcons do a ton of damage as he goes by. It looks like Falcons has lost H-Twin at some point. I don't know when he went down, but Kickstart is the one with the OM now. 5 teams left, 13 players. Falcons as a 3-man, 55 as a 2-man. Bestia has 3, Overpowered only have 1, and Rock up as a 4-man. So we'll have to see if Rock can capitalize, being the only team with 4 players still standing. Phase 6, this could end up taking some time at this point, just because of the amount of space left in the zone. Silzen, he's been spotted out. He's going to be in a real rough position trying to get into this next zone. He isn't in just yet. And if he goes forward at all, obviously 55 know exactly where he is, and then Bestia is who he's going to be rotating into. The smoke's going to be good to try and keep him alive for a little while longer. We just sit here and we wait. We wait for something to happen. Psycho, Tiny. Oh, Bestia, gonna be loving that. So now it's gonna be a fight between Falcons and Rock. The nade's gonna be coming over from Falcons. They find a little bit of damage onto RBN. More going up and over. That one does even more damage. Does Shrimzy find the knock? Kickstart with a double knock. With that nade, Santasco is spotted out. The shot's trying to go out. Another nade goes forward. It does even more damage onto Santasco. BL there and ready towards the left. Kickstart does get taken down from the side, but Tingleton with the trade. Kickstart, 3 nades. 3 kills onto Rock, and Falcons, they just got to get their player back up and going. Silzen gets a knock onto Tiny. So he's going to throw a smoke down. He has a folded shield, but Bestia are pushing up towards him. He has 5 kills so far. Can he find any more? Goes for the shots, and he hits a headshot onto DraftKing to get the knock there, but Enzito with the trade. Now Falcons, how fast do they try and push forward? It looks like they're still regrouping a little bit. So they haven't pushed forward just yet. Shrimzy going to be the front runner. Bestia, 5 kills. Spot out 55 now. As Tingleton rolling up on this drop. What does Tingleton get? 3 vest. What? No! We want to see what Tingleton got. Doesn't look like he picked up the gun. May have been a 7's gun then. Tiny finds one and Zito the other, and Falcons, they're just going to start pushing forward. Psycho finds another. There's only one left standing on Bestia. Vinny, the last one left, gets the shots, and he takes down Tiggleton. Now he's going to go for the res onto Enzito, turn this into a 2v3 as Shrimpsy goes for the res. Two v 3 Bestia going to be just a couple seconds ahead of Falcons, but Falcons also have an extra player to work with. Oh, Vinny, he's making his way forward. Shrimpsy, a little bit more of an off angle. He gets the knock onto Enzito. So he was picked up and then taken down just as quickly. Enzito pushes forward. Tiggleton takes him down. And Team Falcons with their first win of both days. And it comes on match number 8. They get 7 kills to go alongside it. Bestia had 7 of their own. 55 had 9 kills. And then we saw Team Liquid down there in 9th with 14 kills. That's the second time Team Liquid has had just an absolutely insane game where they had more than 12 kills. I think, no. So they had 14 kills in that, and then I think they had 18 kills in the one yesterday. And they got 1 placement point yesterday from that game, and they got 0 placement points from this game. They're getting the kills. They're just not getting the placement right now. But we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 9. Here we go. Match number 9. Are we going to see more pandemonium? Who are we going to see take home the win this time? I don't actually know. Has there... That's wrong. Right? Why is that weird? I don't think we've seen a single team repeat the win. Though I'm looking at the Twire right now. In match number 8 seems really weird. Yeah, because it's saying Falcons won twice, but they didn't win. What? Why is there another match added in here? That's weird. That didn't happen. Yeah, no team has won twice so far. Yeah, I was looking at the Dwyer, and I'll show you what I was looking at too. For some reason, there's an Erangel match right here. I don't know where this came from. That's so weird. Oh, Roth, he's trying to chase down Conf. Zvadku is above him, and if he finds a gun, he might be able to do some damage onto Roth from behind. Meanwhile, the rest of Alcadzia are making their way over here. Conf has found a Tommy gun. Cowboy was looking up there, so he might be able to actually protect Roth, if Roth wasn't sure about him. It's a prediction, alright. Got it. You heard it from Twire first, and then DJ, that Falcons will win a second match. Guaranteed. Oh, shots coming out from Ackerman, and now Conf, they get the knock on to Cowboy, so that's one down already for Alcadzia, as Griffith has been taken care of. And now Rello from above gets the knock onto onto Conf. Ackerman gets DIY. The shot's coming out from Roth. All he has is an SKS to work with. He does find a barrel as Zavodku finds Rello. Does get the flush as well. Roth, he's just trying to find the angle. He does see Ackerman going forward. Does a lot of damage through the smoke. He is able to find another. Zavodku has made it behind the warehouse. The res is going to go out onto DIY. Zavodku is going to try and find Conf. So we're going to trade a couple of reses here. I don't think Ackerman will get back up in time, though. Because I think Roth and DIY will try and push this. No, Ackerman just gets flushed out anyways. So Roth definitely spotted him out there. So Alcadzia, they're going to be back up as a 3-man. They did unfortunately lose. Rello. Conf spotted out again. And overall, iron sights-wise, I think Fairy Tail has the easier guns to use with iron sights right now. In Alcadzia. Not quite as much. Couple of SMGs on one side, all against ARs. Shots coming out towards Roth, and down goes Roth from Zavadku. Cowboy in the vehicle drives away a little bit. Roth almost gets flushed out. And it looks like Cowboy is just leaving. Zvadku, he does get the flush. DIY is still there. I don't know if Fairy Tail knows about them or not. And Conf does end up getting DIY. And now Cowboy gonna be the last one left. No, click. What did ASCII buy? I need to know. I mean, if we're talking about what I bought over the weekend, my girlfriend bought a Switch 2, so now I have a Switch 2, and we're going to be buying another one at the end of the month. So we can both have one. Fairy Trail? No, it's Fairy Tail, click. It's an anime. Tina McLaren? You mean kind of like this? This one? Were you expecting that click? I've had that for a while now. That was really funny. I don't think I have any of my other Legos up here. Besides this one. No. No, it's an anime. Actually, it's a pretty good anime too. But DJ, I think you're thinking of Furry Tail. Oh God. What have I committed myself to in making a joke about that? TJ, it's I went along with it though, is the problem. See, I could have just not gone along with it. But I have an X-Wing downstairs as well for Legos. And I think I have something else. I can't remember though. I don't know, my girlfriend is the one with more Legos. I don't either, DJ. I have my wonderful girlfriend. Gabru goes into the room. He does almost find Gizira with the hip fire, but Gizira takes him down. Picks up a point. Of course, DJ. No one's browser history actually says anyone goes to that website. For the most part. Oh no, click. Oh, of course you would. I just worked a really big knot out of my shoulder. I was not expecting to, and then all of a sudden it was just like gone. Okay. Good click. You had me scared. Zavadku, he finds one. Can he find any more? He goes for the shots. Halo takes him down. Conf, gonna be the last one remaining. He spots out Sparkin. Going down the hillside. He does find the shots, but just barely. He doesn't have any heals, so he just needs to get the flush. He's prepping a nade. And he's just going to go down to his own nade because he knew that he wasn't really going to be able to do anything up against the rest of Team Liquid. Alright, Click. You had me scared there for a second, I'm not going to lie. We go down south, and wow, okay. Falcons are looking good, zone-wise, for this game as well. They were a little bit farther south than the center of the zone, but definitely not a bad spot. 55, pulling up on the very edge of the zone. Oh, also, Click. I know you're a, you're a 9-month subscriber right now. First off, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But you gotta be ready for the last week of June. Because I'm gonna do every sub I get, I do 5 push-ups. And the maximum amount of push-ups I can do on a normal day is like 25. So if you and Creepy come in here and just be yourselves, I'm gonna be dead. Oh no, Andrew goes down by RBN. Rock picks up another kill in this match. And I'm also gonna I'm planning on doing 6 12-hour streams at the end of June as Draft King gets the knock onto Glock. Mine gets the flush, and Slabby tried to get more, but Indito shoots him in the back, takes him down, potentially dangerous. Lose 2 players, but overpowered. They're looking to shoot Bestia in the back. That's fine, DJ. We're gonna be on for a lot of time. Oh, mine ends up going down to Shrimsy from the Lynx. There is the flush. We hear the Lynx ring out a few more times there. TJ, it's fine. Every view that is there is just gonna bring more people around. Pop me up the list a little bit. What is that zone? Oh my god, Falcons. Falcons and Empire are gonna be in such a good position with that zone pop. Team Liquid, they were in an E pickup, so they're gonna be able to get into a decent spot. The question is, what are the rest of the teams gonna be able to do? Like, there's not a lot of space left here. In check, they're making their way in. Empire kind of left this hillside, but they went down towards the compound. That's going to be super, super good. Tall, you got the dusk form. Good for you, DJ. Catching more different forms of Lycan Rock. I don't know who's in that glider, but they are getting peppered right now. It looks like it's Kickstart. Who would have guessed? Kickstart in a glider? I don't think we've ever seen that before. What's the bottom of our leaderboard looking like? So it's still the same. Those 5 teams haven't changed at all towards the bottom. We heard the links. That means Shrimzy is shooting at someone. Capitan gets the knock onto BL and Rock. Take a knock. Rybo is knocked on Toyo, so it's 1 knocked on each side. The res is going to be coming out. The util coming towards Capitan. The nades going forward, and Capitan, he just backs off. He's like, I don't need to be here on this rock. Maybe DJ. Maybe it is. Or we're just gonna get nothing from this point forward. Dale, it is, 2 days. So it's Monday and Tuesday every single week. And if there is maintenance, depending on the group that we have, it will be Monday and Wednesday. But I'll always update, you guys towards the end of the stream no matter what. On Mondays, whether it's going to be on Tuesday or Wednesday. But yeah, 2 days. Nades going forward, 55, going towards the Amigos. Vapeskar spotted out. The Molotov goes forward, but Vapeskar finds one before he gets taken down by the nade from Karak. And now Ziggy. He's going to throw a nade up and over. He gets the knocks and the shots onto Karak. Psycho pops over, gets the trade, and the rest of Amigos have to try and make their way over. DNL trying to get the shots, but he's a little bit farther away than the other players on the team, so 55 should be able to just hold him off, but the zone goes down to the south. It looked like Falcons just barely out, but we hop over to Luminosity up against Liquid. Alo spotted out, flushed. Luke 12, as Bizzler is the furthest one forward for Luminosity. Right now, the other two way down to the south on the very edge, and we're just going to have a fight for the hillside. So, what just happened? Psycho with one of the craziest looks that I've seen. As there goes Luke 12 in check, picking up a couple more kills on to Team Liquid. Falcons, they got 4 kills so far. Shrimzy with 1, Tiggleton with 1, and Kickstart, well, he just picked up a 3rd. So that's 5 for Falcons, and they have the very edge of this road, and there's actually a decent hill that they might be able to play there to put pressure onto other teams. Toyo gonna have to be coming in. Overpowered gonna have to come in. 55 in every single team is gonna have to go right past Falcons to some degree. First, they're gonna go into Toyo, who still aren't in the zone, and Nox are going on to Overpowered. Pippa and Zur, the last one's left. Zur just trying to bandage as he goes down to the nade from Pippa, and now Toyo is going down to Falcons. They spot out the members of 55, and that's another knock from Kickstart. This time on to Psycho. Tiny is going right along the coastline to try and avoid any of the shots from Falcons. They have one more player from Toyo below them. Rybo, when will he get spotted out? They should know he's down there because they killed the rest of the Toyo members. There's just one player left. Where does the zone go? It's not too far from Falcons. I don't know what the top of that hill looks like. But if there's a couple of rocks up there, they're going to have a decent spot to play in at least this zone. Might be a little bit more difficult going into the next zone. Rock, they're still alive. They may only be a 2-man. But boy, oh boy, are they going to try and get some placement points out of this at the very least. And it's part of the reason why they're so high up on the leaderboard. They have 9 more placement points compared to any other team on this list besides Overpowered, who just haven't been able to connect with the kills like Rock have. Kickstart, he did spot Tiny, so he knows that other players are going to be over here. Shrimzy just trying to go for some shots. Does hit a headshot onto Tiny. Rybo still in the blue zone. And he could spell trouble. Crack ends up going down to Kickstart. Tiny does spot him out, but Tiny goes down. As Kickstart able to hit those shots as well. He's up to 6 kills. Well, Falcons are up to 10. They are coming for the top position. They're in 3rd place with 62 points right now. That is 20 away from the top position, but a win here with those just 10 kills already, and they're gonna shoot themselves up the leaderboard even further, closing in on Rock's position. Empire, it looks like they're gonna play the northern side of this hill, Luminosity the southern side, and then in check are just up on top of the hill. Meanwhile, Bestia are down in the dip between the 2 hills. Rock are... I mean, Biel, I don't know what that is for cover, but he has some sort of cover over where he is, and the other player, much different position. Might be able to help him out a little bit. Snakers takes a little bit of damage from the nades there. Shots from Zhao Yu onto Shinboy, but only 1 bullet connects. Maybe the distance for a couple of mini headshots would have been better. It looks like Falcons do have to send it down off of the hillside, and they're going towards BL. No, they're going towards the hill. BL is spotted out. Falcons do have 1 knocked, as Santasco gets a knock onto Kickstart. Empire is pushing towards Bessie. A witch fight is going to take over first as Tiggleton goes up and over the top. He does take down Santasco, doesn't go down to BL. We see the shots coming out from Zvinny on to Balefrost as BL does finally go down. H-Wing gets flushed out by the nade, gets the knock on to Kickstart again, but Falcon should be able to get back up as a 3-man. Rybo has still survived through all of this. He just chilled in the blue zone for as long as possible, and now he's just on the very edge. He's going to have to make his way down the hillside is the problem. Empire, they're making their way right over towards Falcons. They see the smokes. They pull up a little bit short. Shinboy backs off a little bit. Poonage gonna throw a nade over towards Kickstart. No damage done. Shrimzy almost gets the knock onto Balefrost. So he hits the ground, and now it looks like Luminosity getting some shots onto Falcons from the other side. Thunder, they bought your extended warranty. They bought your extended warranty. That's who you sold it to. That's why you keep on promoting it, because you're like, it definitely sells somewhere. And it sold to Rybo. In check, they're spreading out a little bit, and they might be able to kind of wrap onto Empire, but that's only if Rybo doesn't shoot them in the side. Oh, Svinny is spotted out. The shot's going out. Double headshot from Shinboy. Down he goes. Selfish. A little bit farther up the hillside. Zhao Yu. Down to the left. Rybo's still not taking any shots. He's taking his time with this. Selfish gets the knock onto Shinboy. Those Falcons trying to look towards Balefrost. Now, Earned 0 goes down to Bizzler, and in check. They're getting picked apart by all the other team. Shots coming out. Poonage ends up going down from the side by Selfish. Balefrost gonna be the last player left alive. Selfish trying to spot him out. Doesn't see anything, though. Xiao Yu trying to get ready to go for the res. On to Zvinny. And Luminosity during all of this has now taken the top of the hill, and it's going to be a pretty darn good position for them. Shrimsy, if he spots out that this is open, then Falcons may actually try and rotate around the hill the other direction, but it doesn't look like that's the play they're going to be committing to yet. If they push this way, they'll be able to fight for positioning, but Luminosity may be able to look down upon them afterwards as they try and make their way up the rest of the way. Balefrost gets a knock onto Tiggleton. Shots coming out from Zvinny. He has the Dragonov. 4 health remaining after that nade, and more come through. Not able to find him yet. Molotov is going to be right next to Xiao Yu. Not going to find anything. As Zvinny ends up getting crushed by the vehicle after it blows up. Tiggleton did get res. Kickstart shot by one of the members from Luminosity. Balefrost did get taken care of, and now it's going to be a 3v3. Luminosity versus Falcons, and these are points that both in Czech and Luminosity needed so desperately. They're fighting for that last relegation spot, but Luminosity, they were able to take care of in Czech, and now they're going to be able to try and fight Falcons for the win. Meanwhile, Falcons trying to take care of Luminosity to chase down the current leaders in Rock. Falcons, they could have taken this side of the hill. This could have been theirs earlier. But they chose to stay on the other side. So we're going to have to see which ends up panning out and being the better decision. Is Falcons the ones that played it right, or did Luminosity, taking the top of the hill and now going back to their previous position, end up with the better spot? Kickstart did spot them out, so they know where at least one of them are. Now they're going to group back up, and they're going to start pushing up the hillside. All three moving in tandem for both teams. Falcons have 13 kills so far. Tiggleton drives the vehicle a little bit. I don't know if that was a bait or what. The zone, when it centers up, I think it'll be marginally closer to Luminosity than it will be to Falcons. And if Falcons go up the hillside now, I don't know. Oh, dude, Luminosity having those vehicles there and everything puts Falcons in kind of a tough spot, because there's not a ton of hardcover rocks or really too many trees that they can even use to try and take care of Luminosity. So it looks like Falcons are just going to keep on wrapping on the high side. Meanwhile, Luminosity just going to be able to use their vehicles to their advantage. Have some hard cover for themselves, even though Pico Bus is doing some hops. Falcons, they know pretty much where Luminosity is at this point, because they've checked everywhere else in the zone. They would have been shot in the back before now. And Luminosity is just still chock full of utility. As Tiggleton, it looks like he's going to be playing the spoiler on the far side of the zone. Just waiting, hoping that Luminosity gets bored and overpeaks something. But it's just not looking likely. I mean, both teams have so much offensive util that they can use here. And they're saving it towards the end. Shrimzy, he has 3 nades. Bizzler doesn't have any. Neither does Gats, but I did see Snakers with at least 1, and he has a Molotov. So I guess it just depends on how close do they think Luminosity is, or where exactly do they think they are. Tiggleton, oh, the nades cooked for just a little bit too long. Shrimzy's was in a good spot to clear out the original dip. Tiggleton might be the first one to get singled out here, but he still has such a big ridgeline to work with. Shrimzy and Kickstart still have a couple more. Nades go farther forward. This time that looks good. Does a lot of damage onto Snakers. Not able to get the knock. Now Falcon's going to be in the better position health-wise. Snakers only at 75. Got to wait for those ticks to come forward. Is now Molotovs. More nades start flying forward. Snakers getting ready with his now. He's going to throw his forward. Tiggleton getting some from the side. He's going to have to back off a little bit. The smoke's there helping him quite a bit. Gats and now Bizzler both taking a little bit of damage from the blue zone nade. Kickstart was spotted out, and Snakers through the smoke finds one. Can he find Tiggleton? No, doesn't find Tiggleton yet, so it's a 3v2 now. Tiggleton trying to hit the first aid, dancing around the Molotov, and Shrimzy goes down. Luminosity 1v3. What can Tiggleton do? He finds one, goes for more, but no. Bizzler hits the shots, and Luminosity wins match number 9 with, what, 9 kills? 10 kills? We'll see in just a second. 9 kills. 9 games in, 9 kills for Luminosity, and the win. And that's how we end match number 9. So we're going to go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 10 to get underway. So, DJ, I think, because on the screen, I saw Kickstart for just a second, when they peeked up and over the smoke. So I think he just, like, followed him. He figured out, alright, it's a hill, so you gotta go down a little bit, and just, like, tracked where he would be running through the smoke. It was just good shots. Let's go. Lego McLarens. They're beautiful. Let's go, Lego McLarens. Oh, one sec, Asky. Let me check how long mine is. All right. Yeah. So, think slightly bigger than that. I got caught. Ugh. How's your night going, though, Asky? Yeah. When Click said that you bought it, I was like, oh, I gotta tell him about it. That sounds like a lot of walking. Yeah. I didn't make that purchase recently. I've had that for a while. But I did buy a Switch 2. Well, technically my girlfriend bought the Switch 2, and then I'm buying a second Switch 2 at the end of the month. And now you have it in her head that she wants to go to Legoland now. Look at what you've done, Asky. Yeah, that would be a lot of walking. But now you've got her thinking about Legoland. See? See? This is what I was saying. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Sorry, Dale. Here, let me... There you go. That is the right leaderboard, right? Yeah. Cool. Thought it was. No problem, Dale. You want to buy the Millennium Falcon? Yeah, okay. You just bought a Switch. You do not need a Millennium Falcon right now. Well, Asky, for me, I'd have to buy a plane ticket to get there. Okay. Oh my god. I hope you know, Asky, you have started everything that my girlfriend is saying right now. It's all entirely your fault. I don't want to drive all the way to New York, though. How long of a drive is that? It's like 5 hours, isn't it? Is that how far away it is? Now, New York is a 7.5 hour drive. I'm all set. Seven and a half hours? No, thank you. It would be. Listen, if we're gonna do that, we gotta, like, make a whole plan out of it. And I also don't want to drive in New York. Honestly, it would be better to, like, take a train down there. If we wanted to. That'd probably be the best way. Oh my god, why are you guys encouraging her? What did I do to you guys? Oh, not you too, Justin. You've been so quiet for so long, I should have known that you were just waiting for this opportunity. Hear that, babe? They're all on your side instead of my side. Wasn't, Road
trip!
Oh my god.
Let's go! We gotta go tomorrow.
Oh my god. You guys are encouraging her. Yeah, of course you haven't even finished building the Legos I bought you.
I know, I'm planning on starting it tomorrow.
Kitty, you're gonna come here and beg for a treat too?
You're welcome.
Oh.
Road trip!
Well, now we have the cat again. She was here for the beginning because I just came up and she knows that I'll give her a treat to get her on camera.
Road trip!
We love food in general, DJ. So it doesn't really matter. Hi, Kitty. What happened to Game 10? Game 10 is happening in just a second. Probably about 60 seconds. Cheese and A1 stuffed burger. Oh my god, that sounds delicious.
We just had dinner. That sounds really good.
Listen, now you have us hungry again. Yeah. It kind of sounds like if we did a road trip down to New York, we'd have to stop in a bunch of places. I don't really know when I'd want to do it though, because if we were gonna do a road trip, we may as well go to like a Bruins game or something too. So it might be like something where we can go to like Boston, then go down, stop, get some food with Justin, then go to New York, visit New York.
You do realize it's Mass then New York.
Yeah, we'd be stopping in Boston first. That's what I said. And then, going to New York, then to Legoland. You're in Virginia. I don't know. I'd have to.
Beach. We can go there.
Oh my god. It's just becoming more and more complicated. I'd have to like plan out a whole itinerary at this point if we were gonna end up following through with that.
We gotta get in the bar and let's camper. We can take Kitty with us.
Oh my god. Now we're bringing the cat in the camper. Alright. Well. No, I'm in Maine. So, Boston would still probably be the first stop. Maybe. Listen, it sounds like a ton of fun. Sounds like a plan is being made, and I don't know when we'll do it.
Next year.
But we'll do it at some point. I mean, Justin, saying no to going to just because you're in Virginia, is a little bit wrong. Because my girlfriend absolutely loves Virginia. You were born in Virginia, right?
I was born in West Virginia.
Yeah.
So I fucked my cousin.
Yeah, so she was born in West Virginia, so
But
she
I grew up in Virginia.
very, very much would like to visit Virginia and stuff because I don't think you haven't been in there in a while, right?
I haven't been there since 2009.
Yeah.
So it's been over 10 years. I planned to go last year, but that stuff happened, so I couldn't go.
Yeah. So, Conf gets eliminated by Pippa here. So she very much wants to visit Virginia anyways, so it would be a good reason to go down there. And then if we stop in Michigan, we'd be able to see another, one of my friends that, I met when I was first, getting into video games and stuff, and I'd get to see him again, so... I don't know if we'd go down the entire coast. I mean, I guess we could, because I have some family down in Florida, too, that we could visit. Is he? Alright, well... This is probably gonna be a next year thing. But I will definitely keep my eyes and ears open this year I'm gonna work on just growing as a caster and growing my stream as much as possible, which is why we're doing all this streams at the end of June. The last week of June, we're doing 6 12-hour streams.
I didn't agree to that.
I mean, I'll have dinner and stuff. It's not like I'll ignore dinner or anything.
Are you not gonna come to bed? Go to bed with me?
If I start at 9 a.m. in the morning as Fairy Tail, they're running into even more trouble here as Zvadku goes down, and now there's only one player left for Fairy Tail. He's going to be up against Pippa, who is now on fire, but Frost has come to support him with a shotgun. So we're going to see Frost getting ready to push forward. The stun's going out. Not able to find anything, and Silzen coming in from behind Ackerman. Probably not aware that he's being surrounded. There he goes. But yeah, gonna try and grow the stream. And try and make a little bit more money off of it this year, so I can invest all the money straight back into it to get some more emotes, some custom overlays, and a few other things going. That's the hope anyways. The plan right now. Oh, Shrimzy. He doesn't actually take the shots. He might be alone over here, and that's why, yeah, he's a little bit separated. So that's the plan. We're going to put in a lot of time towards the end of June. And every sub I get during that week, I'm going to do 5 push-ups. And it's going to get bad. I am, like, fit, but I am not, like, workout fit at all. H-Win along the road, trying to get some shots onto Andrew. See if he can find anything more here. No, it looks like they are going to get away. Looks like Falcons, after Shrimzy had called it out, slowly was able to get a little bit of a camp set up. On to 4-0. Moo is getting chased down by Shrimzy. It looks like the rest of Falcons coming in to surround him. Yeah. Honestly, Shrimzy called it out and they just set up a camp further down. And they're still going to get a kill off of it. Just don't. Don't. Oh, Gmo. He ends up going down to Kickstart. Kickstart had a phenomenal game last game, and 4-0. They were thinking about coming back over here. No knocks go the way of Falcons. Not even really any damage. So they are just going to back off and disappear from this area. Just... I've doomed myself. Yeah, save your money for the road trip. How are you supposed to buy more Legos? I don't know where she went. She was behind me a second ago. Oh, DNL gets to knock onto Psycho. Okay, so Hospital is technically in this zone. I'm gonna keep on asking for my Hospital zone. Is it gonna go all the way down south with this sort of zone? I don't think so. But I can still ask for it. Oh, now you're just gonna gamble in Vegas. Alright. You're supposed to be going there for our concert with your sister, not to gamble. This is... You guys have just created pandemonium for me. there is. When we went to TwitchCon a couple of years ago, there was just slot machines all over the airport. Literally, as soon as you, like, stepped off the plane, you could, like, see a slot machine. Caspitan up in the glider, going for some shots on potentially dangerous as they get 2 knocks onto Toyo. Tavon is already right there in Emmy's face. Emmy just trying to hold on, goes for the shots, but Gabru, along with Tavon, able to take him down. Caspitan lands the glider, but is immediately taken down from Gabru. DJ, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I did when I went to Vegas for TwitchCon. Unless you call Pokemon packs gambling. Which, I mean, they technically are. I did buy Pokemon packs. And I did open them. Leaderboard? Yeah. Here you go. There you go, Chakran. Falcons have gotten incredibly close to Rock, though. Rock is at 89 points. Falcons are at... Rock is at 89. Falcons are at 81. Team Liquid at 76. Your top 3. And then there's a tiny little bit of a gap to Bestia at 64. And then 55. Esports is at 61 with Alcadzia at 60. If we go down towards the bottom of the leaderboard, In Check team at 30 points in the relegation zone currently, and then you have 4-0 Amigos and Fairy Tail, potentially dangerous just above his. Team Liquid are taking Empire out of the vehicles, but it's Ziggy from the Amigos to get the knock onto Alo. And Ohyang is just littered with teams at this point. You're calling me a nerd? Sir. Are you in possession of a custom painted Pokemon binder? No. No, I'm a nerd. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a nerd. And then I'm wearing an anime t-shirt, so, yeah. Yeah, oh, Michael, he finds Ziggy. So Empire do still end up getting a point out of it. And Balefrost, he's actually gonna make it across the street, and he might be able to get the res onto Shinboy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I mean, I literally bought the Switch 2 for the new Pokemon game that doesn't even come out until October. Don't think it, gets much more nerdy than that. Yeah. Listen, there is 3 cards in there worth $48 a piece. They're not crazy, but, I mean, $48 a piece is still pretty decent. And then I got this Flareon not too long ago as Jiao Yu goes down to crack. And that's like a $13 card or something. The nade's going out to try and get the flush, but they're going, like, through the lips there. Yeah, but I wasn't there with you, so... You only got one. If I was there, we could have got both. Oh, Selfish right into the container. And he ends up going down because Sam Crow has enough time to find the angle. Gets the flush as well. In check. Gonna be down to a single player. Oh, overpowered, rolling right up on Alcadzia. Rello is there, but Pippa was ready for it. He gets the knock onto Rello with a double headshot. Yeah, I have, a golden metal Mew as well right here that I haven't put in my binder yet. I have a bunch of cards that I need to put in there and a bunch of cards I need to go through. Yeah, I chose not to come with you because I stream on Saturdays, and that's when you were there. I wonder how much those would be worth now, DJ. Those probably would be worth so much money if they were in good condition. Oh, Lopez hits good shots onto Tavon, gets the knock, gets the flush. Another point for Amigos. No, babe, I don't think he has those cards anymore. I think he used to have those. I believe is his exact wording. Lopez trying to get up onto the roof. Slabby pushing forward. Was spotted out for a second. He just has to try and take the fight now. Slabby did spot him out. The stun going forward. The nade being thrown right into the corner. But Lopez gets into a different position. Able to avoid it for now. And Lopez gonna be ready. Does get the shots onto Slabby. Takes one down. Closes the door. Throws a stun. But he gets stunned himself now, and he goes for the shots, doesn't find anything. Now he does, but no block. Finds the first one. DNL does get the trade, and potentially dangerous eliminated in 14th. Amigos able to hold on to that corner of Oh Hyung. Oh, 55 pulling up on Rock now. We're gonna have to see how these two teams do. Rock, they need to try and make sure not to go down early in these games. Pick up some more points if they can, because Team Falcons is hard on their heels right now. All stolen now. Yeah. That's unfortunate, DJ. We saw a team knock in the kill feed. Silzen ran over Zer. It's one of the first team knocks we've seen, I think, all tournament long. All series long. They did so good. Not running each other over yesterday. Or at least I didn't see them. Silzen gets a knock onto Alo. HVIT looking up and over. Gets a lot of shots into Alo, and Silzen's going to be the beneficiary, confirming his kill because of it. They threw a couple of blue zones that maybe they didn't need to. Andrew does a lot of damage to Zer. Zer tries to go for the peek. And now inside they go. Andrew finds one. Closes the door. Silzen in a weird spot. Tiggleton getting a knock with the mortar in the kill feed. As now Silzen goes back towards the front, and Silzen, he does find one onto Andrew. He doesn't go for the flush yet. Flavin coming through the right side as nades come through. Luke 12 gets the flush onto Silzen. And now, does Luke 12 try and push for more? Andrew is currently knocked. 4-0, surely going to try and go for the res. BL gets a knock onto Sam Crow. In the meanwhile, is Crack incredibly low. Santasco is knocked, and nades did come forward from Psycho, but it ends up going against the tree. And unfortunately, trees always beat nades in this game, as that's a double for Psycho with the nade, the flush onto BL, and that's a third one onto RBN. Psycho is living up to his name. My goodness, the stats, if we looked at how well 55 is doing, and we looked just at Psycho's stats, I think he has more than half of the kill points for 55. So Smirzera is a Portuguese caster. And it's not like a crafting tournament. But it is hosted by him every week. And it's been running since the beginning of the year. This is series number 5. All the series have 4 weeks in it. And series 2 only had 2 because that's when the PGS quals started for PGS 7 and 8. What a nade towards Kickstart, but he hits the ground and is able to avoid most of the damage. Crawls his way back into the building. Yeah, every week, Monday and Tuesday, earned 0. What a double headshot onto Posa. It's only Monday and Tuesday, so it's not like anything crazy. And the bottom 4 teams in Division 1 get replaced by the top 4 teams in Division 2, and it goes for 4 weeks. And then there's like a week off, and then it's 4 more weeks. Is how it works. And I post most of the VODs for them on my YouTube. I've really been slacking, though, the past couple of weeks, as now Vinny runs over mine. Yeah, so I post all the VODs to my YouTube, and then I don't know if you go on X, TikTok, or YouTube at all, but I post shorts of some of the casting clips and everything as well. Snakers getting a knock onto Psycho as they pull up, but now they have to back off a little bit because it's Falcons that have an angle onto them if they go too far forward. The nades coming forward from Gats as shots come out. Solds actually steals the kill onto Psycho. Bizzler in a position where he just has to try and dodge away from Solds' bullets. Falcons in a pretty good spot in Ohyang. Even if it goes down to the south a little ways, I think they're going to be in a pretty well-off position. Oh, Bizzler takes down Mime. Rosa in hand. He doesn't have a ton of 7.6 ammo, though. So we'll have to see if anyone can supply him with some so he can keep on fragging away. Alcadzia, they're pulling up onto Furia, who had just pulled up onto this corner. It's Haven and Posa, the last 2 still left standing. Haven is spotted. Posa gets a knock with the Groza, so a second Groza, and there they go. Posa finds them both. Alcadzia down in 11th. Nades coming out from Falcons over towards Earned Zera, and that's a mortar. Crack shooting that, and it's towards one of the members of Bestia. Lands right on the shack. 54 damage there. Does the next one find the mark? Oh, 7 more damage, but not quite the knock. Team Liquid, they find a couple of shots onto Furia, who even though they took some knocks, are still up as a 4-man. And they have a Groza and an Haven has the shotgun in his hand, so he's ready for the city fighting. And Furia, you see, just slowly making their way building to building, further and further forward. They spot out Michael, now Kraken. Doesn't find a ton of shots, and now Kickstart, he finds 2. And that's the Groza that's going to be going down. Oh, that blue zone may be enough to get the flush. The Kraken just going to have to start crawling the other way. Those blue zones should be able to get the flushes. No problem. There's the first one. There's the second. And Furia, they went from a 4-man down to a 2-man in a matter of seconds. Kickstart picks himself up. Another couple of kills. We were talking about Psycho. We were talking about sparking. And now Kickstart is starting to pop off as well in this lobby. Definitely probably the 3 most standout players so far in these lobbies. Four kills for Kickstart. Solds is still alive for Rock. But the problem is, with where he's going into zone, he's going to run into Furia. He's going to run into Zera. The shots are coming up from Zera. Zera gets the kill with the MK. And now Solds takes down Haven. Zera going to be the last one left for Furia. As the nade getting prepped, getting thrown. Zera not able to find an angle, but Solds, he's going to be in a position where the next team he has to run into is going to be Falcons' Tiggleton with the nade onto Zera right into his feet on the stairs. Now Solds, he's chunking blue zone damage, but he doesn't have to. You can just go forward, my guy. You're good. No one's there right now, but try not to get killed by Falcons would be my suggestion. Because being the team just ahead of them isn't normally a good definition of success. Crack now taking more damage from Bizzler. Still has that Groza. Doesn't look like he has any more bullets for it, though. 42 is what he'll have. That goes down to 37. We're gonna have to think of what emotes we want made. I gotta figure out exactly how many slots I have for open emotes. I know I have a few, and I have some animated ones, too. Yes, yes. I'm gonna get, like, an actual drawn thing of our cat instead of just our cat. As much as that's wonderful in and of itself, I want to get, like... I want to turn everything towards the same theme. Kind of quieted down. 55 though. Just gonna have to push right through Luminosity if they want to make it through here. I think you did the timer ball a little early, DJ. Oh, good shots onto Snakers. Does a little bit of damage, but not nearly enough. Box steps around the side, takes down one, takes down the second. And Rock eliminated in 8th. Before 55 is eliminated in 7th. Kickstart getting shot at, but he survives! That is not a situation in which he should have been able to make it out of there alive. Tiggleton now getting a knock onto Balefrost. The nade gonna be prepped, gonna be thrown forward. Should be able to get the flush. Only does 43 damage, actually. But I don't think Michael gonna be able to get the res onto him. Another nade gonna get prepped now, though. Gets thrown forward, and that one is gonna confirm the flush. Dang a nabbit. Snakers takes a lot of damage from H-Win there, but he does have P9, doesn't have a vest to work with. The nade gonna go forward immediately. Panzer does get shot forward. Gats gets the knock onto H-Win. The nade does a little bit of damage. Bizzler, the only one for Luminosity that actually made it forward. He takes a little bit of damage from the nade there. And Shrimsy gonna be prepping another one. If he can get it to bank just right. That's a good nade. Gets the flush onto Gats. Almost takes down Bizzler alongside. Fox, he's still across the street, not quite in a position to support. Do they know that Bizzler's right down below, though? The stun goes up and over, does blind them both. Oh, and he gets spotted by Tiggleton because of it. I don't think they knew he was there, but as soon as they did, they wanted him taking care of Vox. The last one left. The nade's going to be going forward here in a second. And now the angle found by H-Win to take him down. Shrimsy, the only person on Falcons not to record a kill so far. And there we go. He finds one onto Michael. As I say that, 4 teams remain. Falcons, 4-0. Bestia and Team Liquid, 4-3-2-1. In terms of players. And Falcons, they are currently looking to win their second one of the series as HVIT takes down Luke 12. Second one of the week. And it's gonna be, they're gonna be the only team with 2 wins so far. Every other team may have had good placement points or a win here and there. But we have had 9 different winners so far. So it was about time that we got a repeat. Unless for some reason 4-0 can turn this all around and steal the win. Out of the hand. I mean, even Bestia could steal the win. And we'd have another new winner as H-Win gets a knock onto one. Tiggleton gets the knock onto the other. And Zito finishes off the last. And Tiggleton immediately finds Enzito, DraftKing, the last one left. He goes for the shots. H-Win with the MG3 takes him down, and it's Falcons with 18 kills and the win to take home their second win. And they've just dominated so far day number 2. Day number 1, they were definitely a little bit lower on the leaderboard, but ever since day number 2 has started, they've been like, so this is our lobby now, and this is how this is gonna go. So we're gonna go to a quick break as we get ready for match number 11. We have 2 games left here, and they are gonna be the wonderful, wonderful Erangels. We'll have to see if it's gonna be crazy pandemonium. And if Falcons, who probably are in first place after that match, will be able to hold on for the next couple of matches to finish off the day and the week and take home first place. We're going to run some ads and be ready here for when match number 11 comes about. Yeah, H-Win was definitely on fire. You can tell by the fact that he has 19 kills on the leaderboard there right now. But look at Draft King. 31 kills. That's kind of crazy. He's been popping off. Absolutely, Chakrin. We are here and we are gonna just stay consistent. Keep on doing Mondays and Tuesdays for as long as I possibly can. Casting's a crap ton of fun. Here we go. Already feels later tonight than last night at the end. It honestly, I'm kind of 50-50 with it. Like, I'm definitely feeling like I'm winding down more, but I also don't, like, feel like it's super late. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I had a pretty slow day at work, so I'm just, like, not that tired. But I've just been up long enough where my body's like, we can kind of start to wind down now. That's acceptable. Is kind of what it feels like. Yeah, for sure, bedtime. Did I not turn the volume back on? No, I didn't. Are you already laying in bed? I'm assuming you're already laying in bed. Just watching me on your phone. Oh, got it. So not only are you laying in bed, you're letting the cat sleep on my side of the bed. Oh, she's sleeping on her perch. Okay, so she's sleeping on top of you. Got it. Well, time to catch a pumpkaboo. Oh no, DJ. You're only giving my girlfriend more ammunition to use about it. But we got some downtime because there's no hot drop. Because I don't think Fairy Tale's in the lobby. They have 14 points. They're in last place. I think they may have decided to just go somewhere else in practice or something. I don't know. What they decided to do. So. Yep. Does seem that unfortunately Fairy Tale will not be here for the final two matches. But Falcons, they are in first place, 109 points. Rock is in second place with 93, and Liquid is in third place with 86. Bessia right there with 73 with 55. 67 points in fifth place. Alcadzia, Furia. Would you believe it if I said that they are still tied at 60 points? I'm pretty sure they were tied at the beginning of the day, and they are still tied now that we are 4 games in. Yeah, Fairy Tale dropped out. That's all the info I have about it. Fairy Tale is not going to be here for the rest of the games. I don't know anything more. Halo gets taken down by Mime with a suppressed UMP. Oh my goodness. I don't think there was... Yeah, there was no real changes to the leaderboard. I mean, Falcons went up into first place. Furia and Empire went up a couple of spots. And Toyo went down 2 spots. That's the entirety of what happened. It is. And Yeah. I don't know. I know they weren't having a very good day today because they've gotten 5 points all day. Suppressed. See, DJ, that's where me and you differ. I just really like the Tommy gun. I think the Tommy gun is a ton of fun in Hut Drops. So we'll have to differentiate from each other a little bit right there. Pippa gets a knock on BO. Should be able to get the flush here in just a second. There we go. Death Road has 3 different teams all along it right now, and 55 hearing the shots is kind of interested in maybe sneaking over for a couple of shots themselves. But overpowered, they are able to get back up on their feet just fine. Mortars going out from 55. I don't think they're going to find anything, because no one is over here. If someone was on that tree, they'd be dead. Rock does find a knock onto Zer. So they lost BL, but they have gotten more knocks in return, just no kills. Solds already has 184 damage in this match, though, so he's hitting his shots and he's doing good damage. Unfortunately, just not in spots where he can go for any flushes. But he is going to pop tires as quick as he can. Had a rough PSA 5. Never made it past quals, yeah. TJ, I mean, it's all about the time and commitment you put into the game, but sometimes I understand that things just aren't working the way you want them to, and unfortunately, it makes it difficult to continue playing that specific day or whatever, and you just need a reset. I mean, we might end up seeing Fairy Tail in Division 2 next week, and they may just absolutely dominate in Division 2, and then they'll come back into Division 1 and have a different point of it, but it is unfortunate they are not here with us. Draft King going for some good shots. He already has so many kills, and oh my goodness, Vinny and Enzito, the Molotov doing so much work there, so much damage, and Enzito able to tap them as they come out of the building. Bestia up to 4 kills. As Overpowered is now out of this match. Ugh. We got talking about sleep, and now I yawned, you guys. This is all your fault, DJ, for talking about sleep. That's what I'm gonna blame it on anyways. Alright. I gotta stretch now that I've yawned. Ugh. Be able to keep myself going. Oh, Falcons, they're pulling up on mine here. Who still has the suppressed UMP. There's a vehicle here. Shrimzy's gotta be, like, aware of that. And, yeah, Falcons, they're not gonna mess with that. But, like, there is a very evident vehicle here. We don't wanna mess with this. Oh, H-Win, don't stop there. Oh, Tiggleton, he stopped and he just... What is that spray from Tiggleton? He takes down 2. Vinny and Mime get annihilated. Oh my god, the nade goes towards Enzito, does a little bit of damage. H-Win does end up going down to Draft King. We talked about Tiggleton, but we can't put anything past Draft King right now. He has so many kills so far. 31. That's absolutely insane. So we'll have to see if he can keep it up as he tries to dodge out of the way of this nade. He doesn't have any so far in this match. But no doubt he will surely have the most kills out of all the players in these next couple of matches. I should just, like, out of all the teams to... Oh, Shrimsy. Doesn't even give him a chance and takes him down. Body shot, headshot, there he goes. Shrimsy did take a good chunk of damage from it, and now Falcon's going to be able to have a spot on the very edge of zone. It's not going to stay in the zone, so they will have to keep on moving forward, but they definitely have a spot to be able to reset, get looted up, make sure they have plenty of util, be able to get ready for their next fight. Ugh. I mean, Shrimsy is a beast, but it's really been, like, so far among the 2 days, it's been Kickstart and H-Win that have done the most, and Tiggleton has just, like, completely popped off today. But Shrimsy is Himsy, so you can never put anything past him. 4-0. Looks like they may want to back off of this a little bit. Michael gonna prep a nade, gonna throw it forward. It goes a little bit too far past Moo. Some more nades coming forward. Do they find anything? Doesn't really look like they're connecting with any damage. That is unfortunate. Because you really don't want to throw too many nades without finding damage. Otherwise, you're kind of just wasting util. But it also doesn't really matter if the nades just stay in your inventory the whole time, because then they definitely aren't going to get anything. That nade going to come forward. Go past Shin Boy as he gets the knock onto HVIT. Yeah, right now drafting is the reason why Bestia is where they are at on the leaderboard. 4th place right now for them. I mean, if you take away 31 points, then you're down to 42 and they're all the way down into 12th place. Like, that's the difference between Draft King and not having Draft King. That's crazy, honestly. 4th place to 12th place. Looks like Falcons are taking an E-pickup. E-pickup.gg. We'll see how it goes. If they can spot anything from the air that looks contestable, they can make something happen here. Is 4-0 going right into the waiting hands of Furia. 3 of them already down, and there goes the last. 4-0 eliminated in check, getting pressured by Furia. They tried to make their way through here, and So Incheck have control of one of the entrances. Furia has a different one. And then Alcadzia has another different one. I mean, there's 4 entrances, and 3 of them are taken by different teams. They went lumber. They heard you, DJ. They did indeed go to lumber. Tavon has a mortar, though, and I want to see what he does with it, who he shoots it at. Kosa is trying to... Oh, I think he's trying to blow up the vehicle to make sure no one can come through that way. Yeah, Incheck won't be able to leave through this way anymore. Everyone currently in zone has a spot where they can technically play, but now it goes away from lumber. So DJ, unfortunately for you, maybe it wasn't the best call. Kickstart takes a headshot there from Balefrost. We'll have to see if Empire can defend off Falcons, as it looks like that may be what is going to happen. Falcons looking to go back towards the north. That may end up leading them into the Amigos. Potentially dangerous. They're hopping in their vehicles. They're starting their rotate. Question is, where are they going to go? Right now, it looks like they're going to be sending it right in between Rock and Toyo. Glock barely stays in control of his vehicle there. Are they looking for the Wizzy Tower? It looks like they were thinking about it. But, oh, Gabru gets sprayed down pretty darn low. They're not getting knocked, and they're actually going to pull up in the very center. As Incheck are going to back off over here and go towards DIY. The nades going forward, and oh, that second one was cooked for a half a second. Too long. DIY going to be able to back off of that. Rello from the side takes down one member. Can he find any more? Now he finds Selfish. Xiao Yu going back inside as Roth ends up doing a little bit of damage to Rello. And potentially dangerous is spotted out by Alcadzia. But they gotta wait until they finish taking care of Incheck before they can really start focusing on any shots towards that. Empire lose 2 as Emmy gets the spray sold, steals one away. Balefrost gonna be the last one for Empire. The vehicle about to blow. Balefrost jumps out, takes 6 health points remaining. Takes some damage when he jumps out there. I feel like I'm starting sentences and just like my brain is changing it halfway through. Oh, they did lose Kickstart, and now they're gonna end up in a fight up against Team Liquid. 3v3 here, as Liquid has lost Alo. Tiggleton, first one we jump on board with. Sparking takes down Shrimzy. Now the nades getting prepped and thrown forward. That one looks good. Luke 12 gets the knock onto H-Win. Tiggleton gonna be the last one up, and he's just gonna hide behind a tree. It looks like he was getting shot at by the Amigos. So he's just stuck between a team and another team. And now the shot's going to come out from Purdy. They do find Tiggleton. Unfortunate there for Falcons, as Amigos just end up finding the angle onto them as they're trying to take the fight towards Team Liquid. Sparking does get knocked. DNL just trying to go for some shots through the smoke. Maybe something will connect. Alcadzia, they're going to have to make a move. Balefrost tries to go forward, and he's found by Gizira. He does get the knock onto one, though. Oh, Xiao Yu, you can't go through here. It's not possible, and he's spotted out by Haven. knocked. The flush should come through with that Molotov. Rock is still alive as well. So this is definitely going to come down to the last match. Who is going to end up taking home first place? Soldsy's going to be going down in a second. Sam Crow definitely should just back off here. And, oh, Rybo ends up spotting him out. Gets the kill onto him. Rock down to a 2-man. Santasco goes down, and the shots come out, but Benya takes him down. Benya, haha. Well, Cowboy goes down to the blue zone. So it looks like Alcadzia looking towards that Wizzy Tower. Purdy, great shots onto Rybo. The flush comes out from Sparking, and Toyo gonna be down to a 3-man. Capitan a little bit further forward. He has a spot on the very edge of zone, but so doesn't Team Liquid. Snakers gets the nade on Torello and Alcadzia. They're going to have to try and push forward, but it's against a team that is very much not afraid to take a fight here. Bizzler takes some damage as that nade rolls up and onto the coop. Roth, he takes down Snakers, so now there's one knocked on each team, down into a 2v2. Good spray onto Gats there. Roth does end up getting the knock. Bizzler, the last one left. DIY hits the headshot. And Alcadzia, they should be able to go and get the res on Torello, and they're going to be back up as a 3-man. 7 kills so far in this one. Amigos, they have control of the eastern side of the zone and potentially dangerous. They sent it onto the hillside earlier, kind of out of desperation, and it really hasn't turned out too bad for them. They still have 3 left, but it's gonna start to get more and more cramped as teams find different angles onto them. Furia down below Toyo, as Toyo is slowly wrapping their way down the hillside, and they're going to be followed by Team Liquid. Yeah, Rock is number 2 on the leaderboard. So I don't know how many kills. I think Falcons technically got like 1 or 2 more points up on Rock. But if Falcons goes out early, or Rock has an insane game in the next match, I don't know who's gonna get first place and who's gonna get second. And Team Liquid, they lose 2 to Benya. And Sparking gonna be the last one left. Team Liquid, 86 points in 3rd place. They only have 4 kills so far in this match. If they can get a couple of more in high placement points, they might be able to do something with it. But Sparking, he's in a tough spot. If you want any player on your team here right now, though, it is Sparking. He's been absolutely phenomenal so far as shots come out from Zakraken. But again, just not able to connect with the shots that he needs to. And I feel like that's the second time we've seen that out of Zakraken. But the nade is there. The nade is good. And the util is even better. As Furia does get the flush onto 1. But Benya is able to heal through it. He's in the blue zone. How long will he be able to survive? Glock finds a knock onto Lopez. Now potentially dangerous. They're choosing to go further down the hillside, so they have a little bit more ridges to work with. Roth finds Lopez, gets the flush. Zakraken gets Benya, and we're down to our top 4 teams. Furia, Amigos, potentially dangerous. Alcadzia. Glock finds a knock onto Roth, and it's going to be DIY and Rella. What can they do? Gabru takes DIY down to a single hit point, but they do get him in the end. Glock pushes forward, finds DIY. Rello, the last one left. DIY. No, Rello goes down. Glock finishes off the members of Alcadzia. Quickly gets taken care of by the Amigos, and it's a 4v3 Furia versus Amigos. And Amigos really need this. They're in 15th place right now. So if they can get a win here, even though they only have 3 kills, they may be able to jump up the leaderboard and try and fight for a spot out of relegation going into the last match, or maybe even they'll be out of relegation after this match. Furia, 8 kills so far. They were in 7th place with 60 points. So a good match from them here. If they end up winning, they'll end up with a few more points. And I don't know what Team Liquid got, but Furia might be able to fight for a top 3 position going into the final match. There's definitely going to be a couple of teams that get close to each other during this final match, and we might be able to see a shakeup of the leaderboard after match 12. Haven was spotted. I mean, shots are going back and forth here, but no one's really landing any shots. Ziggy, he was sneaking his way forward. But Kraken, he doesn't whiff there. In the time where he really needed to hit his shots, he has. And now Haven, just a full sprint forward. Vapeskr does get a couple of shots towards him, but it doesn't stop the push. Posa going to be pushing forward with the nade. It lands over here, doesn't find any damage onto Vapeskr, as it lands just short of the rock. I don't have to see any more offensive util for Furia. Kraken getting the flush. They're going to know that they're around in this area. A couple of nades coming forward by Haven. And Posa's a Kraken getting shot at. Now Posa gets the knock onto DNL. Vapeskr, the last one left. He's trying to do anything he can. Does land a headshot, but he takes 2 of his own. And Furia win match number 11. 11 kills. The second team to get 2 wins. But the real question is, how is match number 12 going to turn out? And like DJ's saying, it may not just be a situation where people are just playing for fun. Could be a pretty serious one to move around in the leaderboard, but we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back for the last match of the week. We got a slight problem, and that I lost my stream. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. I mean, we can pull up Smirzera's point of view.
E a Besha e a Team Liquid, elas brigam por pontos
Right.
diretamente, tá?
Okay. Okay, so it seems like he is also watching Bards. So we both lost the stream. That I can work with that.
Well, Sparking gonna have to do some magic. He doesn't have it, but the trade. Liquid just down to Purdy Curdy, but DraftKings and Enzito still up. And what is this madness?
Yeah. So after he restarted the game and everything, it looks like
Nane should at least get one flush. Gets a knock and a flush on Sparking.
looks like we're just using Bard's stream. Yeah. But I'm not the one doing the observing. Like if it was because I lost PUBG, it'd be different. But
OP run into Falcons again. Well, I guess OP run into Falcons. And they're definitely gonna lose a member. Hey Taffy, how you doing, man? Hey Smirzera, how you doing, bro? Thanks for all this. I appreciate your hard work, bro. And it's the Smirzera raid. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me cast. Always love seeing the work that you put in. It's a pleasure, honestly.
yeah. He rated Bard, and
He's always so nice. I love him.
I may just raid Bard and send Bard over here so you guys can just watch it from his perspective, and it's just not like
Smirzera is a real jet.
me trying to repeat everything he's saying. So I think that would be
It is
a little
crazy how many followers he has, but dude, it's crazy because like he gets up to what, a couple thousand, I think, when he does these. So I know it's a lot bigger in SA. I know English hasn't been as big, but still appreciate you guys coming in here and hanging out and, you know, at least saying hi, giving him a follow. It's very kind of you. Cowboy though, gonna get shot. Fox with nasty shots, man. It's insane.
So we're just gonna
DIY also gets headshot.
Dude, I think it'd be
Pops
great.
on over, but has to be careful because Roth and actually Sam Crow
We'll see what
gonna
happens.
shoot him from far away too. Richie B should flush out. He is indeed, but Gats